How did the serene Maldives become the latest battleground in the India-China diplomatic wrangle? Picture a paradise of white sand beaches and turquoise waters. But beneath this tranquil surface, the currents of geopolitics are swirling. The Maldives, a small island nation in the Indian Ocean, holds a strategic significance for both India and China, making it a key piece on the diplomatic chessboard. Recently, the Maldivian presidential election made international headlines. Opposition candidate Mohamed Muizzu emerged victorious, marking a significant shift in the nation's political landscape. Muizzu's alliance with the party of former President Abdullah Yamin Abdul Gayoom, known for his pro-China stance, adds another layer of intrigue to this geopolitical puzzle. Through this alliance, the echoes of President Yamin's endorsement of China's Belt and Road Initiative are still reverberating. The initiative, a massive global infrastructure development strategy, has been a point of contention between India and China, with India expressing opposition due to strategic and sovereignty concerns. This election has not only changed the political landscape of Maldives, but also added a new twist in the ongoing India-China diplomatic saga. The Maldivian opposition went to the polls with a strong sense of nationalism and independence, criticizing the government as an Indian puppet. But what lay beneath these accusations? At the heart of these elections was a struggle between two major world powers, India and China. The opposition's campaign was marked by a critique of what they termed an India First policy, arguing for closer ties with China instead. This marked a shift away from the incumbent government's policy, which had leaned more towards India. China, it is believed, played a pivotal role in shaping this anti-India narrative. Allegations have swirled around the extent of Chinese influence in the election, with some suggesting that Beijing was actively involved in the opposition's campaign strategy. India, on the other hand, has been left grappling with concerns about Chinese entrenchment in the region. There's a growing apprehension about the strategic implications of the Maldives shifting its allegiance towards China. Additionally, the threat of Islamic radicalism in the region has been a significant worry for India, adding another layer of complexity to its diplomatic strategy. In an interesting twist, the United States has also entered the fray, opening an embassy in the Maldives. This move is seen as a clear counter to Chinese influence, highlighting the global implications of this island nation's political leanings. The election outcome is seen as a victory for China. But the real question is, how will the president-elect navigate this diplomatic wrangle? With the election dust settling, all eyes are now on President-elect Mohamed Muizzu. The diplomatic chessboard awaits his next move. Navigating the intricate dynamics of the India-China diplomatic wrangle will be a significant challenge for the president-elect. His predecessor's tilt towards China, particularly the endorsement of President Xi Jinping's Belt and Road Initiative, has created a delicate balance that now rests on his shoulders. He will need to tread carefully, ensuring that the Maldives maintains beneficial relationships with both these major powers, without compromising its own national interests. India's handling of its Muslim minority at home is another factor that will undoubtedly influence its ability to handle its Muslim neighbors. The way India manages its internal affairs sends a message to its neighboring countries, and any missteps could potentially strain relationships and cause diplomatic tensions. It's a fine line to walk, and it will be interesting to see how India navigates this path. Just as important is the need for India to be proactive in assessing threats to friendly governments in its neighborhood. The recent election in the Maldives has highlighted the potential for outside influences to shape national narratives, and India must be vigilant in protecting its interests. This includes maintaining strong diplomatic ties and providing support where necessary, but also respecting the sovereignty and independence of its neighbors. As we look to the future, it's clear that the Maldives, India, and China are all players in a complex game of diplomacy. The actions they take and the decisions they make will not only affect their own countries but also have far-reaching implications for the wider region. Dealing with democracies is indeed more complex than autocratic regimes. As Maldives steps into a new era, it is not just a test for the new government, but also a test for India and China in their diplomatic games. To sum up, the recent election in Maldives has turned the island nation into a new theater in the India-China diplomatic struggle. The geopolitical importance of Maldives has been underscored, with the recent election signaling a potential shift in regional alliances. China's role in this diplomatic dance has been significant, raising concerns for India regarding its own regional influence. The challenges ahead for the new government are immense, as it must navigate a path between these two powerful nations while maintaining its national interests. As Maldives navigates its way through these choppy diplomatic waters, the world watches with bated breath. The next move in this diplomatic chess game could change the regional balance of power.